Hi guys. Woo! Oh, I just dropped a glove on the floor. Welcome back to Renpet Bath Beauty. You'll have to excuse me. I'm still recovering from the aftermath of COVID. I am COVID negative. It's just, a little bit of upper respiratory and sinus stuff. You'll have to excuse the air conditioner. It's 97 degrees today. But I have to tell you the funniest story. I had cut lemon slices for both the Just Can't Get Enough bars that you saw me make. What was it? The week before last, and for the pie, which I'm doing today. Well, for whatever reason, my stove upstairs, when the air conditioner is on, does not work. I can't tell you why. It's been like that since we moved into this house. So it's a good thing we have two kitchens and we can cook down here, but somebody cooked something and I had my lemon slices for this pie sitting out on the rack, the top part of the stove, and several of them just got destroyed. So I had to recut lemons today. It was terrible. I was like, oh my goodness. Why would somebody not move those? But anyway, this is my Hawthorne recipe, and we are making the pie for Just Can't Get Enough. Where is my... Oh, it's there. Okay, I was looking for my piping bag. Let me just wipe this off, because I just made a soap with this. And I want to make sure that it's dried out. Okay, so my yogurt and heavy cream are in here. I'm going to go ahead and stir it up, and then I'm going to add my lye water. Okay, and my lye water is distilled water, sodium hydroxide, salt, and sugar. So let's get this in here very carefully. Whee. Okay. And I'm going to get this to a mostly emulsified, maybe very light trace. This is my lemon essential oil soap. For those of you who don't know, this is called Just Can't Get Enough by Depeche Mode. And, this recipe sells so well. Pie pieces, bars, it doesn't matter. It sells well. So here we go. I like being able to spin my blender really well in these bigger buckets. Did that make sense? I don't know if that made sense. Maybe to you soapers that made sense, but okay, first layer, this soap is pretty much done just like the bars. The first layer is done with the caramel color. However, I don't have much of the caramel. I need that for the top of the soap. So I am using my dark gold sparkle mica. I need quite a bit of white. And then the rest of it's gonna be yellow. Okay, let me just get this soap down here. I'm hoping that I poured off, you know what? I don't think I poured off. Yeah, maybe I did. I'm just hoping that I poured off enough white. I mean, if I need to, I can add white inside the pie to fill it up. That's not a big deal. And then swirl it really quick with a chopstick. So I'd rather have too much white than not enough, if that makes sense. Alright, so I'm going to get this out of the way. And I am going to get this out of the way. Why do I have 4 spatulas? I don't know. Who knows? Okay, so that's my caramel. I don't want that. This is my dark shimmer gold. I'm going to bring you guys in just a little bit closer after I get this mixed up. I need for this to be thick. for what I'm doing with it. For those of you who haven't seen it. Did I? Oh, okay. There it is. I'll have to wipe my stick blender off, of course, because I have to stick blend my white and my yellow. But I'll have to let this color set up a little bit. And I don't put, in my pie, I don't put the fragrance in here. I put just a teeny bit more fragrance in the pie. Trust me, I don't over fragrance my soaps. This is 60 ounce of oils, and I'm putting 2.15 of fragrance. I don't believe in over fragrancing my oils. I don't do the whole let's make our customers' skin fall off because fragrance oil burns them. So, oh, you know what? I should probably, oh, I don't have any in here. I was just going to say I should probably put, let me put paper towel there. I should have wax paper under here, but I don't. Okay, so we're going to start with this. We're going to put our breadcrumb crust here. And this is a little too thin, but the fragrance will loosen up anything else, like the yellow and the white that I'm going to use. Now, for the fun part, let me bring you down just a little bit and bring you in. Okay, this is the fun part. I like to take this, and I want to get this all the way to the edge. All the way, as much as I can. All the way to the edge. Woo! And as it thickens up, I will continue to do this just to make sure those edges, woo! See, that's why I needed something on that. Okay. Let me get that off of there. So, like I said, as it thickens, I'm going to continue to do that. And then we will deal with everything else. I really should get all the bubbles out of here. There's a lot of bubbles in here. Okay, let's try this again. Because I just knocked down all that soap. And if this pie mold is a mess, it doesn't really matter. I don't care. And I don't mind for the bottom of it to be a little bit thicker. I just want you to be able to see that side. So okay, we will be back when I am done doing this part. I'm gonna mix my white and my yellow, which I didn't take my spatula out of there, and we'll get the rest of this going. Okay, there we go. I'm hoping that I poured off enough white. We'll see. We may have just a slight white swirl in this times. Just can't get enough. Just can't get enough. I just can't get enough. Oh, sorry. I love this song. My granddaughter Ava and I, she was down here while I was cutting the lemons for this, and we were listening to this song, and she's heard the song many times. And she was like, oh, this song, I love this song. It's so upbeat and so awesome. So I'm going to put a majority of it in here and the rest of it in there. Now, the crust didn't come out exactly like I wanted because I was a dip, you know what, and put alcohol on there. I know better because, you know, when you put alcohol on cold processed soap, it gets a skin on it. And that completely messed up my crust some. But I'm not going to, you know, sweat about it. What are you going to do? Can't do nothing. I think I'm going to transfer this to another bowl. Only because I can't control the that bigger container with all that soap in it, because I have to use my spatula so I don't move that crust. So let me stir this really quick. I'm not sure if you guys can even see me. My grandson upstairs is having the time of his life with my husband. Okay. I don't know if you heard that. It's like, ah! He loves my husband. My husband lets him be all rough and stuff until he hurts him, meaning my husband gets hurt. We try to explain to Alex that, you know, you can't be so rough, boy. But, you know, he's 4. He's rough. This is probably going to be too much yellow for the thing, which is fine. I'm just going to add a little bit of the white. Whatever is left over, whatever is left over is just fine. And I'm going to bring this back over, and that isn't jiggling at all. Can you guys see? Yes, you can. Now I'm going to use my spatula, and I'm going to, as gently as possible, pour this out. Oh, I see it start pushing. Just a little bit, it's pushing it. Okay, there we go. Woo! And we want to fill this up as much as we possibly can. And then I will put the rest of it in cupcake holders. So, because I use this all the time. I'm going to bang the whole thing. And this little pit, if I can speak English, this little bit coming off the edge, I'm going to take off. And again, I should have put something on the base of that. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to alcohol it. Oh, shoot. I'm going to swirl it some first, because you're going to be able to see the center of the pie. Okay. That's better. Now I will continue to alcohol it. Now I gotta get this out of my way, so I'm gonna put it on the stove. And put the rest of this, which will be my piping, in my piping bag. Oh, sorry, I had a song in my head now. I said I was listening to it before I made last week's soap. That's what I was listening to. Okay, I'm gonna, off camera, I'm gonna put this yellow in cupcake holders, and I will be back when that piping is ready. Alright, bye. Okay, now the reason I do my pies, oh geez, my fingers are stuck. I don't usually pipe. I don't like to pipe with gloves on, but this bag is pretty full, which is actually kind of good because I got 4 cupcake holders. What's it called? I got 4 cupcake holders in there, and I think I'm going to make cupcakes if there's extra piping. I'm just going to have to really quick cut some more lemon slices. But anyway, the reason I pipe on a Lazy Susan is it makes it so much easier for me, because then that way I don't have to worry about, you know, reaching over the pie to pipe. Let me get a paper towel here because I'm getting, oh, you know what? I'm not sure this piping is ready yet. Oh yeah, maybe it is. Okay, I'm going to twist my bag as always, and I'm going to place a meringue there. And as across from it as I can, I'm going to place a meringue there. And then right in the middle, I'm going to place a meringue there. And then a meringue there. And then I need 2 meringues in between each of these. And those will be my 12 pie slices. Yeah, see? That's the thing about this recipe, is it heats up in my hands. And of course, piping is never ever perfect. So now what I want to do is I want to put some smaller piping on the sides of this. I'm going to try to fit 2 dabs in there. I'm trying to do it how you guys can see it. Oh, didn't quite get 2 in there. Or in there. That's alright. They'll just be smaller pieces. Twist my bag again. Always, always twist your bag, y'all. I don't have a good grip on this piping bag. Hold on. Oop. See, I'm getting piping everywhere. Okay, now from the inside, I want to pipe this way. Just 1. Sometimes you have to go in at an angle, sometimes you can go straight up, but I want to point on each of them. I never, ever, ever, ever bring my piping all the way to the center of my pie. Never. It makes it difficult to cut, and I find it very annoying in the cutting process, that is. Okay, now I'm going to go around in a circle. I am losing so much piping because it's heating up in my hand. Okay, now you see that there's some holes in there. I want to fill those gaps just with a little bit. Like I said, it's going to make my cutting it a little bit easier. I really hope you guys can see me piping this. Okay, I think that does it for the piping. I'll pipe those cupcakes off camera. So, the next thing I have to do, excuse me, I'm reaching over you, is I'm using caramel butterscotch. And I'm going to use this with my tea strainer. I am like almost out of this, you guys. I have to order some. I'm going to put that in my tea strainer. And what I like for it to look like is meringue. And I do this before I put my lemon slices in so my lemons don't get this mica on it. I don't like for my lemons to get the mica on them. And some of these I will blow off. I know it seems weird, but there we go. Now I'm going to have to clean my entire thing. I do put glitter in the center of this pie, just a little bit. I'm going to wait to do that. I'm going to put my lemons in. Get my lemons. Sorry guys. It's going to take me a second. I think I have one more lemon than I need. I have 13. Which means I'll just have to cut one more slice for the cupcakes. Okay. Let me spray the lemons. Alright. And we are going to put the lemons exactly next to each little meringue piece. I need to take my gloves off for this. I can't. It's hard with this to do this. And yes, this does make it a little bit difficult to cut, putting these lemons in, but it makes it oh so worth it. La-di-da. Sorry, I was concentrating. Okay, 2 more after this. This is one of, actually I think it is it's my favorite pie to make. Erotic City is a close second. You can look that one up on my channel. It is a chocolate strawberry. There we go. Ta-da! So we will cut this anywhere from 18 to 48 hours, actually 24 to 48 hours. I like to give my cakes a little bit longer to sit. Again, I do freeze them just like I do everything else I make. But yeah, that's it. So I'll see you guys when we cut this. All right, bye-bye. About to cut Just Can't Get Enough of You, the pie. Now, you can cut this with like a, with one of these like wire cake cutter things. I have before, but because of these little knobbies, it doesn't go all the way through the cake. I like to use these. Yes, I have both my strings on this one to play my, you know, little banjo. But I like to use these if I'm cutting a loaf like diagonally while it's standing on its side. That works really well, which eventually we're going to do the design that I do for that. So we have our great big butcher knife. And what I like to do is I like to figure out exactly where I'm going to cut this bad boy. And then I'll pull out some, because I try to go mostly about halfway through. There we go. It's touching the, okay. Now, if this piece, if any of the soap is on the knife, which, good. It doesn't look like I damaged anything. So now I'm going to do it the same way on this side. I'm going to try to not cut this off too badly. And I want to make sure that this comes down first all the way and then down. And then pull that bad boy out. Okay, so now we have two sides. Now, sometimes this kind of stuff will happen. Not a big deal. It can be, you know, I plane even my pie pieces, so I don't worry about stuff like that. But as you can see, I need to get this piece off of here so I can replace it. But sometimes you'll have, you know, pieces of your soap elsewhere. It just happens. It actually happens worse when you are trying to do it with one of those things that I showed you. At least to me anyway, I feel it happens worse. And like I said, all of this can be fixed through planing, through manipulation. This is my Hathor recipe. It's quite soft. To begin with, anyway, it's quite soft. And for whatever reason, I accidentally put an extra ounce of yogurt in this. So it'll be a little bit, so this will take a little bit longer to cure than ordinarily, because of that extra water content. So, and with this one, I got to do the same thing. And I try to make sure that my brown, you know, my golden stays with my golden. And then my yellow stays with my yellow. But like I said, and people have asked me before, how do you plane a pie piece? Same as you do, carefully, but same as you do soap. I'm going to grab my cutter so I can show you how I do this. I had to put it back away because of lack of space. Excuse me, I burped. Oh my gosh. I gotta take a drink really quick, you guys. I'm terrible today. It's been really, really hot. Okay. So let me show you how easy it is to cut a pie, other than, you know, getting that all set. Okay, so the first thing you have to do is you have to cut it in half. So we want 3 pieces and then 3 pieces. So we are going to cut this right here. Oh, let me move it over just a little bit. There we go. We're going to cut it right here. Okay? So we want our half in half. Now, all of these pieces are not obviously going to be cut the same. However, I tell my customers all the time, it's so funny because, you know, I price by the ounce, but, you know, I take, because, you know, my cutting is woohoo, you know, all over the place. You know, I could have a 4.6 ounce bar and I could have a 5 ounce bar, and they're the same price because I take my lowest ounces and my highest ounces and I find the medium, and that's how I price my, opposite way, my bad. I price it that way. I always tell them to pick the biggest piece. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, let me bring you guys down a little bit lower and bring you in a little bit closer maybe, because I know I've only cut like 2 pies for you guys. So I take my point and I stick it right in there, and I find where I want to cut it. So I want it in between this meringue and my lemon. And then I've got a beautiful lemon pie, and I love my little crust there. I love doing that. So then I do the same thing with the next piece, and then I stick it right in there, although this is a little off, so I'm gonna, there we go. Pull those apart. I've got my lemon pie and my lemony pie. Okay, I'm gonna do just another one with you, and then I'll do the rest of them off camera. Hold on one second. I've got a whole bunch of soap on this tray. Okay, so we'll do this one really quick. But we're gonna start by sticking that bad boy in there, and we want to cut right here, so we're gonna move it over just a little bit. There we go. That's where we're putting that bad boy. Oh look, I have an air hole. Might have to patch that up when I do my what's it called? Planing. I have to think about what the word is. Oh my goodness. Okay, this is going to be a nice big piece right here. I might just keep this for my bathroom. This is huge, y'all. Huge. And it's one of the end pieces that's a little bit messed up, the one I'm about to show you. But look how huge that is. I mean, like, that is huge. It's one of the ones that's a little messed up on this side. So, okay. Alright guys, thanks for sticking with me. If you have any questions at all about the whole pie cutting thing, feel free to ask. I mean, it's really not that big of a deal. I mean, I remember the first pie I cut. Whew, that was a hot mess. And I was very upset with myself. It was a, the Copacabana. It was, so that's my coconut lime. It was a pie for that. And I did it in one of the small blue ones. So it was little. It wasn't like, you know, as big as these. And then I said, okay, forget it. And I got one of those individual pie piece things, and there's 8 of them in there, and we're talking, these are 8 ounces of soap, these bars are, without piping. And I'm like, no, I can't do them that big. So then I got the 12 piece. So they're more like this size. I've never used it. I don't know why. I just never have. It's one of those things where, you know, I don't know. I like that the pie looks more, oh, I don't want to use the word organic. I just want to use the word like homemade. Because, you know, when you cut a pie, even, you know, like for dessert and stuff, it's not always right, you know? So, yeah, I know I said I was going to cut this off camera. Let me just take this piece off, and then I will let you guys go. But thanks, as always, for sticking with me. I so much appreciate all your love and support. And Tanya, your present is on the way. So I will see you later. Bye-bye.